Hey everyone, this is Louis7, and today I am streaming New World, which would have been quite a bit earlier, and I realized my audio just got messed up, but should fix it. Yep, okay, so I was actually planning on starting the stream now, but I got ready a little bit early, but I have had a couple weird issues getting into the game, but now I'm in the game, so hopefully all will be good. But that is just in case I keep getting disconnected or something. I have been having issues getting in. Anyway, what I plan to do today is just kind of get back to what I was doing last week. So moving forward, while my activity on this game has been reduced lately, I'm still having a lot of fun and really wanting to play. I would like to keep up with the game at least weekly, just so people know what is going on. I'm also looking, at least after the Gloamwood release in the Lord of the Rings Online, after I played through that a bit, bringing another game back into my weekly rotation. That is my tentative plan going forward with some content in, since it does involve New World. I did want to make sure I mention that. So there have been a couple crazy things about this game. So a little bit discovered in the last stream was that I have kind of noticed some of the things I really liked about the game for low levels kind of stopped being a thing for high levels. And it almost feels like some of the progression is backwards, where you like, instead of progressing as you level up, you just kind of go back, take a step backwards. But in the recent update they had, I don't remember exactly when, the 1.0.5 or whatever patch it was, I think that made some changes. So one of the big things I've noticed with this character is respecking was really getting expensive for both the attributes and the weapon respecking. But I believe both of those were reduced in the patch. And it's something I really liked about the low levels, was that you could just respec for free to try what you want. At this point, I still don't even have, I would say, even half the weapons halfway leveled up. So I still like respecking. Actually, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have almost half of the weapons halfway leveled up, but I forgot what I was going on about. But yeah, I still want to do a lot of that, and I think even at this point, somewhat frequently wouldn't mind respecking. But right now I'm going to stick with the musket and spear. I know also last time I was kind of a little bit hopeful of just how strong the hatchet is, that a dexterity build could work out for it, since I'm primarily looking right now at least to use the musket. I was hoping that could potentially work out, but it didn't feel like it was. Okay, so apparently I have some points to spend. Okay, keep claiming that title. I feel like I've claimed that title like every time I open that now, but maybe it never actually did. Alright. So as far as what I want to get done today, I have 3 faction missions. Usually good to do those at least once per day, so probably would be good to get those done, as well as a focus on side quests. That's what I was doing in this zone. I believe it's called Brightwood. I want to continue the side quests here. So the question is, which way do I want to go about this? I could do a big circle, or I could go straight down south and then do a big circle that way. Might be a little bit more efficient. Also, before I forget, I think I need to set my inn, my home inn. I was about to say Hearthstone like in WoW, but I believe I need to set that here, because recall to end for me, I believe, will still be Weaver's Fen, and I'm pretty much done with that zone, at least done with it for now. So I do want to do that before I get going too far. Question is, where is the inn here? I don't even know which icon to look for. Oh yeah, the big moon icon, that would make sense. Also, I'm still getting used to the new camera setup, so if anybody has any thoughts on the positioning of that or how I could move it, let me know. But so far, I have the system fairly quick, where I have to, the camera arm that it is on now, I just have to change 2 parts of it instead of 3 parts of it between when I record videos and do streams, or record videos sitting, but I find that I prefer to record videos while standing. I wonder, maybe I'll ignore my inventory for now. I feel like that's not a great thing in this game to ignore the inventory, but I do feel like that is what I'm going to go ahead and do for now. I have a lot of space, and I'm thinking if I'm focused enough on quests, probably won't gather too much, but I'm really not entirely sure with this zone on the eastern side if there will be a ton of things I want to gather or not. And I gotta remember how to play the game now. Rabbit. I don't know why I needed to kill the rabbit, but went ahead and did it. If I remember correctly, those yellow marks are going to be town board projects and the such, which I have found, interestingly, I actually don't like doing those. Especially the ones that you have to bring like crafting materials or something in for, because one, I already feel like I'm leveling too fast in this game. I'm like level 38 and haven't even finished this zone. I haven't even finished Cutlass Keys, which is also up to a 35 zone. So I feel like I'm over leveled and leveling too fast, so the town board projects would make me level even faster. And then on top of that, they don't really give much else of anything. I guess they would give a lot of territory standing. So perhaps that would be one reason to do them, but I don't know. I don't find that I want to go out of my way to do those, at least. All right, so I also have to remember how to play this game. I feel like every time I've taken even just a week of not playing, it takes me a few minutes to remember how to play, partially because the gameplay is just so different than my main other game, Lotro. And because it's still pretty new to me. It's the only game I've played really in this style. I don't even know if people consider Guild Wars 2 to be quite the same type of MMO. Maybe they do, but I at least find the gameplay different enough from Guild Wars 2 that the gameplay in this game is a lot more interesting and exciting for me. Yeah, I still remember that I wanted to do a lot of crafting at one point, but the problem was I ended up spending a lot of my gold, which I don't know how I'm doing on. Back up over 1,000. Ended up spending a lot of my gold, and not quite sure it was worth all that effort to go through the crafting, which I didn't even quite get up to the point where I could craft the level 40 stuff. That's like been the other thing, actually. As I've been getting higher level, I feel like crafting has gotten less exciting and more annoying because of the huge dependence on low level material. I feel like a lot of the mid-tier stuff that I started to acquire even like 10 levels ago has felt kind of pointless and useless, which was unlike my experience at the low levels. I don't think I actually went the best way here, even if I got that interesting moth, I believe it was. Let's see. Might be able to go down south a little bit. I don't think I could climb that. Can't really see. It's kind of dark in this area. Also forget if I turn my monitor brightness up. I did not. It's also a little bit bright in here because I have, not in this room, but in the back room, I have the window open because it is really warm, even though it's November. I don't know, 60 degrees, I at least consider that warm for November. Oh, I might die. I thought I would be close enough, but unfortunately... Are these any different? Respawning at the end would trigger the end cooldown. Oh, it actually tells me that I should respawn at the settlement. That is true. I don't think I actually knew that. That would trigger the end cooldown. Okay, so this time I will have a better path there. This character has looked like this for a long while too. While I was at the low levels, I can't really look at my inventory and run, but while I was at the low levels, I was changing my outfit up quite a bit. Also, even when I just totally changed what weapons I was using and what stats I was using because of that. I was changing my outfits kind of frequently, but it does feel like I've been using this outfit a while. But that could also be partially because I just haven't played that much the past couple weeks, where this is only my second play session, and I think I'm up to my 11th play session total. So perhaps in game time, I haven't actually been using this all that much. Also, if I remember correctly, rolling does make me ultimately go faster because of the short movement speed buff. I think if you roll without a movement speed buff like that, it would slow you down. But I think that speeds me up overall. Oh, I keep forgetting that I've been meaning to check in Steam and change some of my keybinds. Maybe I could do that real quick while traveling, since I'm not really finding much of anything of interest to gather along the way or anything. That's another thing I have noticed at higher levels is... I don't even know where to... Oh, settings. Okay, so we have in-game. Screenshot. It looks like you can only have one screenshot short key on Steam. Shortcut key, as it says. That's unfortunate because the reason I want to change it to Alt F12 is because you have to press Alt to move the camera in this game, and I don't, that might be changeable, but yeah, to take a screenshot while I'm moving like this, I would have to press Alt F12, and I can do it while standing still, but if I let go of Alt, the problem is it moves the camera back to my back because it just faces where you're going, which makes sense for the gameplay, but for taking screenshots, that's a little bit annoying. I really would like to be able to do Alt F12. But then the other problem is when I'm not pressing Alt, it might get a little bit annoying to have to press Alt F12 for screenshots, so I don't know. And hello, Nino. You are asking if I've considered playing other MMOs on stream, like ESO. I do not own ESO. I thought about trying that, but haven't gotten to it. I still might in the future. Not too sure on that one, to be honest. And then the other thing was Guild Wars 2. I do not like Guild Wars 2. That's one of the least favorite MMOs I've played. Actually, it would be on the bottom of all MMOs I have played. It's my least favorite one, kind of by far. I know a lot of people like it. I just do not like it, unfortunately. And then Star Wars The Old Republic, I think I played that. It's a free-to-play MMO now, right? I don't know if it always was, but I think it is. Oh, we have some of these guys here. The only place I had seen enemies that look like these was, I think I'm going to keep missing, was that one level 60 zone that I traveled to. I thought they were like some special enemies for that area, but speaking of that area, this actually looks a little bit like it. The zone I am talking about was actually 51 to 60 Eden Grove. I found enemies that look like that when we went around this general area. Gruel Vista, I think, had a lot of them too. But yeah, this is the first place I've seen those type of enemies outside of that. I don't think the screenshot for the thumbnail for the stream was quite in this area, but it was in some place like this. I think it was over in that area, though. If anybody is curious, I noticed the night sky looks similar. Let's see, trying to think other MMOs. I have done Rift. Actually, I forgot. I did a stream of trying Guild Wars 2 again I believe that was even last year, and still ultimately wasn't a fan of it. There's some systems, though, like to talk about a positive attribute of Guild Wars 2 instead. Are these the wolves that you have to log? They are. This is the first time I've run into those wolves as well. You can't skin them, and I don't have my logging up to 100, so I cannot gather them. Okay, so we are defeating the dryads and maybe doing other things here. Not entirely sure. I thought I had a second thing here, but it might just not be on the tracker. Wait, 126 damage? That seems way low. But yeah, if I remember correctly, some of the crafting was exciting in Guild Wars 2. I don't know about any group content or PvP. They also had, I forgot what it was, just like random bosses or random events that would happen around the open world. Those seemed okay-ish to me. There's level scaling, I believe, in that game, which I liked. So there are positive attributes about the game, but the problem is I just don't like the gameplay of it at all, and that is, to me, the most important part of a game. Oh. Oh, I was hoping a non-headshot would get him. I feel like it always takes me a minute to remember how different I play this character just compared to what I would consider normal, because I snipe things with the musket and otherwise use my spear and melee. Is this one of those wordwood trees? Yep. This is a great place, it seems like, for logging. Oh. I have no idea what slime is. I see there's slime on the ground, but I still don't know what that does. It makes me sticky. I'm guessing it doesn't make him sticky, though. Ah, I'm moving slower. Seems to not take too much damage from this. Oops. Oh, I think I got hit by another enemy. Oh. Surprised how much damage I'm taking. Like, for these guys being such low level, I feel like I've done stuff higher level where the enemies are actually easier. I think I'm going into a corner here. But that guy should jump. It is getting me. Wow, that got real bad real fast. Okay. Yes. I feel like these are a couple bad setbacks. The one, what did I die? Oh, from drowning. And then that was no good. That's why I sometimes miss my Warhammer, of course. That's why I wanted to change this build up as well to the hatchet, because it really has some weaknesses that I feel like were pronounced there with the lack of AoE and somewhat the lack of crowd control. Let's see. I needed... Oh, did I need to skin? Oh, that's just wolves. Okay. So that's not the logging enemies that I needed. Oh, I forgot. I wasn't even at the faction mission place. I was over there. But since I was talking about it, and we have to travel quite a bit, we can go back to the MMOs. So otherwise, I did Rift, which I know is much less of a new MMO as well. But it doesn't seem like that many people play. And it was kind of okay, but there was nothing to drive me to continue to playing it. And then other things. So WoW, I don't really have much interest in. I know Season of Mastery for Classic is becoming a sort of big thing, but it is the exact opposite of another like classic version of WoW that I would be interested in. I believe it's making raids harder. I don't know if there's any class balance changes. That part could potentially be interesting. But it seems to have more emphasis on raiding and less emphasis on leveling. Like they speed up leveling. I would almost be interested in the opposite in WoW. Specifically classic WoW. I feel like it's still good to gather silkweed. I'm hoping I eventually actually run into the need to use it, but the recent crafting adventures that I've gone on the past, let's see, the 2 streams before last one, I've really put a damper on how exciting gathering and crafting and the such is. Which at first was one of the really big parts of the game. But now when I see this high stuff I can gather, it's less exciting than if I ran into hemp still. Which after 100 levels of harvesting, it really feels like it should be the opposite. Gotta make sure I'm going the right way. Ah, weapons. Yeah, I'm feeling like right now I'm actually feeling a little bit less in the mood. I know I'm having trouble with the current build, at least at that camp with that pool, but I'm also feeling a little bit less in the mood for the weapons I'm using. I know I tried the Great Axe, I tried both Mauler and Reaper and not really a fan of it. The Warhammer is the one I like. I'm almost thinking about doing Sword and Shield, just trying that, because it's one of the ones I've tried the least. Ice Gauntlet I still haven't tried. Not quite sure I'm quite in the mood for it. But yeah, if I did respec perhaps at level 40 or something and went back to something with strength, I would probably end up going with a hatchet. And hatchet and Warhammer, of course, is what I used for a long while. But perhaps trying some little bit different things out. Problem with the Great Axe is the cooldowns. I just, one, wasn't a fan of how long the cooldowns were, and they also weren't exciting to me. Okay, so we're back on track. I'll go ahead and finish up the side quest since I only need to defeat 3 more of those guys. I think that should be fairly easy to get done. Then we can actually move on to the faction missions and head up. I actually feel like either way could work, but maybe head up north, do all that stuff. I think all these, the Curse of Brightwood stuff, that is not, or that's a side quest I already have. I should also probably pay attention to where I'm going. I'm actually not sure how I fired my weapon. I was wondering, I hit the side mouse buttons on accident, but was wondering if that somehow triggered it. But there's a ping, and then I don't know what the other one does. Oh well. Something I forget about is you can set campfires in this game. I was like, I was kind of remembering back, I was thinking that usually dying wasn't quite this bad. Like this much of a setback, and that is because of campfires. So I need 2 flint. No, I need 1 flint, I have 2, and then I need 5 green wood. Can get that quickly. So just in case, I'll actually have this set now. Okay, all set there. Feel like I'm in position. There's one. Oh, that is a player. There is a chance I feel like the soldier will just reset. Well, if I could aim, I could maybe get him down. He's stuck in a loop. Oops. Oh, maybe I should just try to shoot his body. I'm having a hard time here. There we go. Is he gathering a quest item? Oh, he was harvesting, I think, the wolf. Oh, I have to collect the tea leaves. That means I should probably loot that soldier I killed. Ah. It's really bad when you can feel yourself missing. Hello, just Bella. But when you click and feel yourself miss with the musket, that's when it feels worse to me. Oops. Okay, so I might have the last thing I need here. Nope. Ugh. It really is crazy. These enemies are level 31. They just, I know it's been a while since I played, but they just seem tougher than, again, even the high level ones. Closer to level 40 that I have fought. Even when I was under level, like when I was back level 35 and doing that. I guess I didn't need to fight him, but... Alright, so next up, it probably would be good to go ahead and chart that landmark, but I could do the faction missions, and then I'll have the turn-in right up here. Hopefully that has some sort of flow to it. And then I can see about going north, I suppose. Also, don't think I mentioned, I was thinking about the whole side quest cleanup and if I'd actually be able to get all these side quests done. But I did forget to mention that I have a somewhat sharp cutoff time when I'll have to end the stream around 6:30. So about 2 hours from now. Just as a heads up for the plans today. At least I can run away from these guys. Oh, there's another landmark down there. I feel like I should go ahead and get it. Maybe on the way back up. Oh, these guys are elites. I saw one of my things as an elite thing, but I didn't expect this whole area to be elite. They may be elite, but so far they're easier than the level 31 dryads that we were up against earlier. Oh, that was a rough hit. I wonder if I can get a shot off every once in a while. Maybe that would... Oh. Okay, I was thinking that would maybe be better than just running away with the spear, but I'm actually not sure. I feel more mobile with the spear. Except I'm running into fences. Ooh. Just gotta have a lot of potions. I was hoping to hit the alchemical guy. I know this fight is taking forever, but they really do feel easier than those dryads. I don't know why, but that is the case. Yeah, great axe. Okay, so I have to skin for the sharp fang. That was not an elite one somehow, even though it was an elite enemy. But Little Simon, he's the one I have to get way up there. Maybe now would be a good time since I'm already way down here. Now could be a good time to go ahead and chart this. I feel like I'll have a bunch of things to chart down here though. Forget what the 5 food does. Oh, some dex and strength? I will take that. There we go. So this is the higher level, or at least a higher level area in the zone. I have not been to. My time in the zone has been a little bit odd. We went here lower level to do book quests mainly. Not book quests, but the main story quest. And now I'm coming back after I finished Weaver's Fin, which is a higher level zone. Coming back and doing a bunch of side quests and such. Okay, so all these guys are elite. But I might be able to avoid somewhat of the majority of them. Yes, it is Brightwood today. Yeah, so just talking about the journey with the zone has been a little bit odd. Okay, let's not drown this time. Some other people are here, it looks like. Would have been preferred if I did not miss, but that's okay. I guess I can follow them. That would be better than just dying. Yeah, that's one thing I do like doing in this game, taking my time. That's why I also feel like I'm leveling a little bit too fast, because I do like to finish all the side quests in a zone. One, they actually seem to be really valuable as far as the gold you get from them goes. These really do give a lot of weapon XP, the elites. Wow, I keep missing. I actually don't even know if they're headed in the same direction as me. And things are making more sense now. One of them's level 55. I thought it was a 35 and a 38. I was wondering how we were killing these things so easily. But one of them being 55 definitely makes sense here. Hey, here's a chest. It's been a while since I have found a chest. I think this is the first one today. It's just a boring alchemy crate, but extra boring alchemy crate with just a mana potion. Yeah. Oh. Guess we're headed inside. Makes sense to go inside with all these chests here. Milk. That looked to be a pretty good chest. Yeah. Well, as long as I got enough hits in to get some credit. Okay, so this weapon is a slight downgrade. I was kind of hoping that would be a time for an upgrade. Ew. I should hit these things to make sure I get some credit for them, though. We are still headed in the direction I need, though. But yes, just speaking of being over-leveled in general, maybe I shouldn't go up there. Just like the big boss in this area. I can't tell if it's their health or just, with it being weird, they're not taking that much damage right now. But back to the over-leveled thing. I am looking forward to switching zones. I was thinking potentially the next time I play could be a good time to go ahead and move to a different zone to get back to doing more on-level stuff. But at the same time, I was thinking about switching my weapons up potentially. Oh, I'm stuck in that slimy area there. Hey, we're finally having a cat up here. Not quite in the cat cam yet, though. I really feel the low damage of my build right now. I know there are 2 other people here, but yikes. I just feel like I'm not actually contributing all that much damage to this fight, but you know, I'm getting some hits in. And at least the spear, that is more of a single target thing, so I guess that's not quite as bad. So, Bella, you have a teeny tiny kitten sleeping next to you. Nice. That does sound too cute for words. Wow, and 2 of those attacks this time. Arc Minister Hayblock. I don't think that's Little Simon, unfortunately. They had loot. I don't know yet if it's good loot. That's all of these pants are of the Trickster, it looks like. Wow. Okay, so the Little Simon that I need looks like it will be either in that house or just beyond this area. Can't quite tell at that scale on the map. Oh, that's scary. I don't know if they're just... It looks like they're just running out. Alright, so I still have to deal with whatever I need here, which is a Little Simon. Maybe I could get one of those porters to blow him up for me. Here's the burial. Yep, it does look like this house should have a Little Simon. Unless there's something... It actually looks like it... Whoa. I did not realize how close I was to those guys. But it kind of looks like... Based on the map... Not only based on the map, but based on the compass. As it 3 meters this way, 2 meters? Oh. 2 meters? It has it like right here. Hello, Hansu. Yeah, I'm not seeing quite what I need here. Here's an earth crag, though. Blight crag, rather. That also looks like some iron over there, which is... Even though I can gather star metal, I still need iron the most. Yep, still using the spear and musket, but I'm kind of feeling like changing things up in the near future. So I don't know, I try to look real quick about this Little Simon thing, and I don't know. I don't know if... That's kind of... with some of the weapons I've used, Bella, Sometimes I feel like they are weak, even if they're fun. But yeah, I'm not sure on the Ice Gauntlet. That is the one weapon I don't think I've even equipped in this yet. Well, I don't want to sit around here forever. I don't know if I'm supposed to be waiting for a respawn or what exactly right now, actually. Let me see one more thing. Who is it? Yeah, Little Simon. It sounds like they only spawn at night. Little Simon only spawns at night, may be the issue. Which, if that's the case, that is a little bit annoying. Which means I would just removed from the theater. I don't know if this is supposed to be the theater. But if that is the case, then I will just abandon this quest and work on it later. Also, I missed an iron node, it looks like. Here is one. And we can get back on track with the side quests. So I need the one for Little Simon. That actually gives a lot of gold. That would have been, I think, what the 10 times bonus, like 160-ish, which is actually competitive with side quests, I believe. Okay, so to get back on track with things, I should probably... places I should be going. I want to head east, but I have to do this carefully so I don't drown. I know I ran into that issue around here earlier. Oh, is that really an iron vein? I just totally missed these, wow. I was too worried about like tracking my path under the water to not drown. I think the cat wants some attention. This is why I need star metal. It actually takes longer to gather and I'd have more time to pet the cat. I would really love if they added another dexterity weapon, Hunsu. I just don't feel like there's anything good to go with the musket. Or even if I were using the bow, might feel the same way even. 6, 4. I think I'll make it 2. Whew. Yes, cats want all the attentions. No attention allowed for the game. Oop. This is probably a bad way to go. I did not expect that thing to do that much damage, but yikes. Oh, that was a stag in the water. I was wondering what it was. Hey, quest turn in. Do those usually show through the landscape? I don't know if that's a new thing or what's going on there. Also, I need to hunt rabbits for something. Oh, painting is tiring. Yeah, if you moved into a new flat and now you have to paint, I can definitely see it being tiring. Also, the fumes. I would not like the fumes of painting. Okay, collect lush sugar sap. Sugar sap, rather. And lush hideaway. The game has to remind me that I last died there. World of paying bills and being installed. I feel like saying it's an exciting world, but I don't know. The whole paying bills and being an adult part. So I think this part of the quest might actually be better if I just head around, it looks like. Oh yeah, I have to go all the way down to Cutlass Keys for a main story quest. I totally forgot about that. Ooh. I would really like to fast travel there, but that's just too expensive. Even ignoring... Oh, yellow's really taken over the zone. I did not realize that. Wow, green's cornered to one zone. Interesting. I haven't been keeping up, of course, too much what's happening with the server, but... The yellow's like been the least that I had ran into people, at least for the longest while. By far I ran into it seemed like the most were purple. Some green. I mean, green wasn't that bad. More than yellow initially, but today I've run into 2 yellow people, and I think that's been it. It's gotten a lot quieter now that I don't know if I'd consider myself behind. I feel like saying I'm behind has like a bad connotation to it, but a lot of people higher level now. And people spread out more at this point in the game, I suppose. That really is just something about this game, though, is how fast the leveling is. It's been out for a little over a month, and there are just tons of people at the max level now, and all that sort of stuff. Hey, that actually took his walk energy. I don't remember any of my musket shots before actually taking block energy, so that's neat. Except he instantly got it back. But yeah, compared to, I was talking a little bit about World of Warcraft, and compared to that, was going on about Season of Mastery being like the opposite of what would be interested in, that with faster leveling. I could even deal with slower leveling in Classic WoW. It's kind of a little bit opposite feeling. Yeah, that has been one really nice thing to see the past couple weeks is, one, all these things popping up that weren't really a part of my play experience as far as bugs and exploits go. It's been kind of crazy, but also they have been kind of rapidly fixing things. It seems like every week with the weekly, I think they're weekly, patches have been pretty good, I think. The developers have pretty good communication about what's going on. Something I feel like Potro, Standing Stone Games, could take a lesson from. Oh, there's a landmark right up there. I feel like I'll have to go there for the next quest in the series, but we'll just go over here. I also really miss the Warhammer because it was so easy to defeat shield mobs with that. That was kind of crazy. I still don't get why level 35 elites actually seem easier to kill than these guys, though. Like, besides the archers doing a lot of damage, they're pretty easy to kill. This place is quite beautiful. In the cavern, that is actually not where I needed to go, so I accidentally stumbled into the landmark. Oh yeah, I forgot about all the gold seller stuff. I think I eventually left the chat. I turned off global chat and all the such. I didn't even realize I haven't had chat on the whole time. Because that was a pretty big issue when I played last week, even though it never was an issue before. Yeah, Warhammer was definitely great for knocking armor defenses down. These guys seem to regenerate their block energy right away after losing it, which is a bit odd. And they also seem like they're strong with their swords. That's why I just feel... It doesn't feel like they're 6 levels below me, basically. I don't know if I'd go to the extreme as saying they're similar to the alligators, which are like kind of signature-like from Lotro. But they feel kind of close. Okay, so what am I doing here even? Harvest the lush sugar sap, that's what it is, from young trees. Okay, so I have to just find young trees. Interesting. I don't think I've had a quest quite like that. Fortunately, it doesn't require me to get the wordwood trees, just because I cannot get those. Yeah, weapon damage type, that definitely does matter. Hey, that actually broke the shield. And these guys are not taking that much damage from my things. You can see it's all downgraded. The spear is not as strong as it is normally. At least this quest encourages me to get my logging up. That's been the least exciting thing as far as the gathering professions to actually work on for me. So it's nice to have a quest. At least help me do that. I mean, this area in particular would be exciting to get my logging up just because there's actually interesting things here for logging. First time I've run into that in the game. I did hear about the wolves, but first time I have run into them at least. There's also a bunch of wordwood here, it looks like. That's also another thing, is the two weapons I'm using, the musket and rapier, against a lot of the enemies in this zone, and even to an extent Weaver's Fin. Weaver's Fin did have some good... The skeletons were really susceptible to these weapons. But I feel like a lot of the enemies here in Brightwood, my weapons are not good against. I think I'll just... Oh, I didn't... I need one more young tree. I don't know what happened. If it just didn't give something I needed. Oh, what do I want to do here? Oh, I have a different weapon equipped. But yeah, I wonder if magic damage, if I had like a fire staff, if that would be good against these guys. Because I'm kind of debating if I want to switch things up. I'm debating between fire staff, which I probably would not keep the musket. I could even potentially try the ice gauntlet with it. I know there were some mana concerns, but I think at the point I have fire staff, it's not really as much of a concern anymore. But then by the time I switch weapons and gear, which I was thinking around level 40 with ideally a new crafted set, if I don't way out level my leveling rate, doesn't like way outpace my crafting rate, that is. If that does not happen, then I could try to craft myself a full new set of armor for whatever. Or I could just buy it if things are still really cheap on the trading post, as they have been for at least ever since up to last week. Things have been cheap there. Well, it doesn't take too much block energy to block them, at least. Until that one. But yeah, that is a good point, Bella, about the weapon and damage. As it really does seem to be not just weak, but extra weak. against these guys. If I remember correctly, even my crits with the musket, with that ability, were getting decently above 1k. Wow, I have trouble hitting these archers. I try to capture him lowering his head there. There we go. And then that without any special load type equipped, down to like 650 something. Sylvari wolves from Guild Wars. I do not remember those at all. Okay, lush hideaway, looking for young trees. I'll double check this time that I actually get that. I don't know if I just missed one, or they maybe sometimes don't give one. Belenos. I want to kill this guy. He looks like he's easier to defeat than that other signature guy. Oh, he has a life staff. That actually looked like a spear to me. Yikes. Is he like planting seeds and then making them explode? This is gonna be a slow fight at this rate. I will say, as far as Guild Wars go, I enjoyed Guild Wars 1 more than Guild Wars 2. I don't think I had the most fun in that game. Oh, cannot see. Uh-oh. I tried to use a fusion there. I got Spear Mastery up. I got a purple item. That might be the first purple item that I have gotten. First purple gear piece. Unfortunately, it looks really, really bad. And I don't know why I would want Taunting. I don't know if you can replace the gem that is in it. But, wow. The increased max percent health, that doesn't sound too bad. Oh, when I hit an enemy below 50%, gain stamina. That doesn't sound bad. And the taunting just doesn't sound good. The gear score looks pretty good. Requires level 19, wow. That does seem pretty strong for level 19. But yeah, it feels tanky. And it feels a little bit, the stamina recovery sounds like a good dexterity type thing, or I guess tanky. I should probably get out of here. Okay, so you can change the gem. That would be good. So if I did end up going with a tactical, not to use literature terms, if I went with a magic build, intelligence build, I would probably use that. Okay, I really need to get moving. Can't look at inventory while running. What I can do is look at my spear thing, so let's head... Oh, I still have a quest to do. Oh, yikes. I thought I actually finished that this time. Oh. Oh yeah, trading posts are linked. That's going to be another nice thing about me getting some gear upgrades or even crafting things. I think that'll be a positive effect for my character's progression, at least. I really do feel like if I had a Warhammer, these guys would be a lot more smashed than they are right now. Oh, oh, I thought I somehow switched the musket. It sounded like I shot out of the musket somehow. Oh, I did not mean to go out of energy. Stamina, I mean. I was able to take quite a few hits there, but to compound how little damage they take from me and their whole shieldiness and stamina recovery and their little buff ability to not take damage or take greatly reduced damage for like the next hit or whatever, they can pack quite the punch, it seems. Okay, see what I got here. Aha! Strength and focus. It's either Warhammer or Firestaff, and I don't think it would be a good idea to do both Warhammer and Firestaff. I'm just... At first, I actually was feeling the spear again. I was like, okay. Per strike against... Okay. Rend increase. Okay. So stronger bleed from that. But I just keep feeling the weaknesses of this build, which is basically AoE. Cooldowns for other spear abilities are reduced. And the problem is, I feel like weapons that are strong, or a lot of the weapons that are strong, I just don't find that fun. And then the things that are weak are the things I happen to find fun. So, for example, Hansu, you mentioned there are two AoE talents. I assume you're referring to the spear and the other tree. There are those, and I was just thinking about maybe I could do those, but they're really boring to me. Is the problem. And I found that problem with not just the spear, but like quite a few things in this game where it's strong but just not fun to me, or it is fun to me but then it's weak. And the exceptions from my experience have been the hatchet, the warhammer, and the fire staff, and some parts of the musket, more of the sniping parts of the musket, but the actual just like raw DPS it can output is kind of weak. So I'm still not getting any sap from these things. Yes, Shagrath, this game does have pretty great graphics, which are looking pretty great right now. Oh, I got the sap from the last one. Still, I am on a tree chopping spree. I was kind of curious what the other side of this cave would look like. I don't know, maybe if I go back here I can do more exploring, but I feel like with these two weapons, I wouldn't be going on and on about. I don't know, I could always go back to Warhammer and Hatchet. I guess the thing I keep wondering is what would be my secondary weapon if I went primary for Fire Staff? And if I wanted something that used intelligence, it would just have to be the Ice Gauntlet, or I could do secondary for Musket or secondary for Rapier, and I don't know, the Fire Staff and Musket worked okay-ish. Yeah, New World definitely has pretty landscapes. They do a good job, I feel like, with the ruins. You also get some great visuals as you're running away from enemies. Be really exciting if they added new weapons. I would expect that to be something that happens slowly in this game, but it would be exciting. Oh. Should I drink a potion? I think I still have my campfire around here. And I know I'm running low on potions, as in I have one potion, I suppose. Ruins in Lotro. Yeah, they're usually pretty solid, I feel like. There's sometimes a little cluttery feeling. There's a lot of rubble and the such, and even some somewhat glitchy points with jumping and the such, but there are at least immersive feeling. So yeah, that musket shot to the wolf did about 30-ish% more damage than it did against the other guys, which is a pretty big damage upgrade, I feel like. Hey, a Warhammer! It has dexterity on it. Should I just equip the Warhammer and see how it is versus the spear? Like, not even change anything new, kind of like I did for the musket. Just see what happens. Ooh, territory standing. So how are we doing on time? Have a little bit over an hour left. I should probably actually use the restroom before I get going again, gathering speed. So we have another side quest. Where is it? Down in the same area. Okay, so before I do the next side quest, I need to use the restroom and I'll be back for that. All right. I am back and ready for this really weird weapon set. So as far as damage goes, ooh, Warhammer's down to 298. Since I have, I guess, 0 bonus from the strength, even if I'm at 5. Let's see. Yeah, 657 on a crit is not really that much. I feel like I was doing more damage back at level 30. And this is the problem I ran into with the hatchet because I had no strength. It just didn't really work out all that well. I wonder, I guess it depends which zone, if I go to the Great Cleave or if I go to Restless Shore, just the potential weapon choice I would want, because I feel like from what I have seen, at least in Restless Shore, the musket actually would be a pretty good weapon to have there. So potentially, the weapon I would choose would first come down to what I'm in the mood to actually use. And two, what might end up being the better choice for whichever zone I choose to go next, which I think would be... Oh wow, this really is not doing that much damage. So with that, with the Warhammer, I'm gonna equip that back. Still have the hatchet. I could try the hatchet again. Again, it has the secondary scaling with dexterity. There we go. Oh, I need a repair. Wow. Well, if I'm going to replace my armor, now might be the time. Yeah, the thing with the skeletons is my two weapons are actually already good against those. So that's 426. I forgot what the spear was already. I thought it was like 500 something. I don't know if that's a good indicator if hatchet and spear even have roughly similar damage, but I will try the hatchet again. I know it won't solve my AoE issues all that much, even if it does have a little bit. It just doesn't have much crowd control. I really feel like that's the weakness, AoE crowd control. Because the spear and even the hatchet technically can do some AoE damage. Actually, this seems to be better already against these particular enemies. Oh, actually, I don't know exactly how that missed. Also, I don't know how the weapons in these order. Oh yeah, I can't block with either of these weapons. That is the... I think that was actually the really rough part. And I'd have to respec the hatchet, which I'm not quite sure I want to do. Oh, it's only 6 Azoth. Okay, that's kind of cheap. I just don't find Berserker that fun. Maybe I'll do Rending Throw. It's a little bit of a longish cooldown, but it's a pretty easy one to use. It's just, I really like throwing the axe hatchets, but might not just not be that good. Also, I should probably have not done this right now. Okay. Heavy attacks, all cooldowns. Okay. Oh, I'll go with something like that. But yeah, if I have the musket, how much am I really going to want to throw the hatchet? I guess ends up being the question. Yeah, the respec for weapons, that is what seems to be a whole lot cheaper. The gold respec for attributes still seems to be cheaper, but I didn't realize exactly how much cheaper the Azoth one was. Yeah, that's kind of the way I felt with my builds in general. I haven't wanted to redo those, partially just because of the huge cost. Might not be much, but I can block with this little hatchet now, and it works. Wow. I'm kind of... I know it's been 2 enemies, but so far I'm not minding this build too much. It really helps against these particular enemies, at least. Ooh. Okay, so where am I going? Make sure I'm actually... I feel like I'm not really doing much side quest cleanup. I'm more so just fighting these enemies. Like, that's been... I feel like an hour of this stream has been just fighting these enemies, it feels like. So Bella, you have to start remembering dodge exists. I feel like I have to start remembering that block exists. I think with the... when I was using the musket and fire staff, I was dodging so much that I just got used to it. But I kind of went through this weird rotation in this game where at first I was just blocking and not dodging, and then I started mostly dodging, and then I think I started going back towards mostly blocking. And then for a while it's been very much so primarily dodging. I seem to have gone a really bad way. I think I remember last time I was saying I wanted to investigate going outside the cave this way. Well, maybe there is no outside the cave this way. Oh, retreating. Oops, wrong one. Cannot see. Yeah, I'm probably going to, if I go with the Warhammer, I'll probably respec with the hatchet back to throwing, but it's working now. I just find myself wanting to right-click and throw the hatchet now. Oh, Warhammer and Ice Gauntlet. That's interesting. I feel like that's a great type of build to actually try out while you are low level and respecing is cheap. Which maybe respecing is cheap enough now that that'd even be something I could try. Doing a hybrid build. That is the one thing I have not tried, and maybe I could even try that. I don't know quite that I would go Fire Staff and Warhammer. But actually putting my points into 2 stats instead of going full 1 stat and either it being primary for 2 weapons or primary for 1 and secondary for another. Oh, I have no idea why I wasn't reloading for a while. All these archers. Okay. Sometimes you just have to deal with things. I don't know how that arrow got stuck in me like that. That's crazy. Hey, here's one of these guys I need. Ah, it's one of those non-elite variety life staff dudes. Actually, it looks more like a spear life staff combo. I just have to imagine what the hatchet would be like if I actually had a full strength build. Bronze Shaman. Yeah, you got that done. This area really is pretty. I feel like I had a little bit of a bad opinion about it just because of how weak my two particular weapons that I happen to have were. That is, just speaking of weapon variety though, one reason I did actually like the musket and fire staff combo that I had was they were two very different weapons, so often when one was weak I could just use the other one. Oh wow, I went a really slow way. How did I go up here? Did I go all the way around? I finally feel like I'm making progress. I know it's been a long time, but it is nice to, I don't know, feel like I've made progress. Okay, so I didn't even pay attention when hitting an enemy while my health is low. Okay, Frenzied Purge doesn't sound bad. Hitting the same target grants who wants damage absorption. See, I'm probably going to respec this anyway when I go with presumably the Warhammer. Again, I'm not 100% sure. Ooh. I'll randomly go with that one. But yeah, it's really interesting just thinking about trying a hybrid. I don't know how that would work. Half intelligence, half strength. I don't know that I'd go life staff. I know it could be nice for self-healing and the such. I even did at some point for Dan was doing pretty decent damage, it seemed. Ooh, Lost Ark. I have heard of that game, at least. It is in beta, closed beta. Is Lost Ark an MMO? Even? I feel like it is, but I really don't actually know. More of an action RPG? Oh, is that somebody shared something about a game that... Lost Ark, yeah, I actually did see a brief clip of the game and it looked really bad to me, but that comes from somebody who has grown to not like the action RPG genre. Basically at all. Oh, there's another... Wait, there's the Azoth tree? Wow. But anyway, there's an elite there that I need to deal with. I briefly enjoyed Diablo 3, but I just... Ugh, doesn't sound fun at all now to me. I can go my very inefficient way to get there, though. My inefficient way to the last quest. Okay, so if I finish this quest, looking at the time I have left, just have to be aware of that. I still have an hour left, so it's actually a pretty long time. I just feel like I've been stuck here for, I guess, an even longer time. But if I go down here, finish this quest, and the turn-in is like at the town, the settlement, that would be convenient. I could go ahead and do my thing, my recall to N. Otherwise, I actually see a couple side quests down here. I know they're way low level, but there was a point in this game where the gold from that could have been really worthy for this character. Also, I actually have no idea how strong a hatchet is against this type of mob. The Geist mob. Seems to be okay. If I remember correctly, both the musket and spear were weak against that as well. I just feel like this is a really bad zone for my two weapons I happen to be using when I went here for the side quest for real. I did not actually know the cat was there until I saw it in the cat cam staring at me. Yeah, that's based on the brief thing I saw with Lost Ark is not my style would be a good way to also put it. But it's more so the whole genre is not my style. But it sounds like for you like Grim Dawn. I don't know if I've actually heard of Grim Dawn. And Diablo 2. Okay, so we are going down, that's right. Hey, I have some strength. Item buffs. Oh, is that from my food? Really close to being able to get 200 of a stat. Now, what I don't remember is if the 200 strength, well, I don't even know what the bug was, but there was some bug if you went to 200 strength, I believe. I don't know if that has been fixed. Or again, exactly what the issue was. Sounds like something's following me up here. They're not doing a good job getting caught up. I think it was a wolf. Sounded like a wolf, at least. Oh yeah, any free-to-play game, I feel like, at launch, at least a big one. Will probably just a lot easier for people to try it. I was really hoping to be able to climb up here. At first I wasn't going to head this way, but I got interested in trying to climb. I also find it interesting that sometimes there are short little jumps that you cannot climb, but then even bigger ones your character eventually will climb. Yeah, this seems to be the opposite of the way I want it to go. But it's kind of weird that medium height jumps in this game you sometimes cannot get up, even though you could get up bigger ones because your character will actually climb it. I feel like I'm going to get myself stuck at this rate. This one I should be able to get up. I don't know the point of going up here, besides fun rock climbing. That looks like an Azoth tree. I think that's actually, if I remember correctly, maybe a one of like the promotional screenshots they had for this game was of this tree. But there is a Karen here that needs defeating. I feel like this quest should give tons and tons of Azoth. Is it that thing? I feel like it doesn't hurt to go ahead and shoot it just because I am far away and this is the time I can actually use my musket, especially if it's these type of mobs. Oops. Well, the Berserk ability to me is boring. With this current setup I'm using, seems like it would be really nice. Right. Eat my food. And where is this enemy I need? Climbing in Lotra, that would be scary and interesting at the same time. This looks like a... oh, nope, that is the elite. I was going to say it looks like a generic ranger, actually. Well, that might have been the easiest quest today. Now I gotta travel all the way back up there. Screenshot time, maybe. What is... I wonder what's blocking my movement. Doesn't give off that much light. Oops. Uh-oh. Okay. I'm kind of curious on crafting as well. And so if I were to do crafting, I think I have a bunch of stuff in this zone, which does have a tier 4 workshop. Don't remember why I wanted a workshop, actually, but I think I have some stuff in that storage. So I'm considering just walking there, actually, and then saving my travel to Brightwood. Because I think I can craft myself some tools, and I do want to remind myself what was going on with the crafting. I know I kind of got my character's gold wallet and got a little bit burnt on the crafting adventures. I think I probably spent about 6,000, 8,000-ish gold. Shattered obelisk. Have I seen the shattered obelisk anywhere? I wonder if the side quest is worth doing while I'm here, actually. It is collect river worn stone charms for the artificer. Ooh, there's a company. Is that a company like an in-game company? Or is that an actual company? But there's a company called Fierce PC that's giving away custom PC with 3D printed case resembling the Shattered Obelisk. Now I need to know what the Shattered Obelisk looks like. So it looks like for the side quest, I just need to kill these enemies. Potentially loot them? Oh, maybe just kill them. So that should be plenty easy. We've done enough tough stuff, we can get a little bit of a break. This looks like a fancy camp for level 12s. I don't remember one quite this fancily set up, I guess, when I was level 12 in the actual PC company. Okay. But what was that zone called? I should remember the name of the zone I leveled in. It's the western one. Oh, that's a shield guy. Even these mobs are weak to my musket. Oh, I also have to search chests, okay. It could help to track the quest, but... Actually, searching the chest could be useful for me anyway, to get some processing stuff, crafting stuff, and the such. Okay, so I have had to go there for the Azoth staff quest. Yeah, it sounds familiar. I just am actually not remembering it all that much. Seems crazy to me that it's actually feels worth it to do this level 12 quest even though I'm level 38. I guess that is one nice thing about this game. That you get a ton of XP and you get way over leveled, but it's still worth it doing lower level stuff, but it's just the combat's a little bit less engaging. Oh, it's the tower that looks like it's exploding. Okay, that does actually bring visions of what it is to me. How am I doing on this? Still need to search chests. I'm also getting some of these pages. I don't know if I'll ever go that completionist in this game where I will want to get all the pages, but it is possible. I'm done now. But yeah, that little detour, I don't think that was too bad. Considering I get close-ish to 100 gold. I didn't mean to actually musket shoot it. Speaking of screenshots, I actually feel like this could be a nice background for a thumbnail around this area. I feel like it is unfortunate. So unfortunately, a lot of my screenshot taking in games is me thinking, would this be good for a thumbnail? Rather than, is it an interesting screenshot? It's not always the case, but I just find myself usually, if I'm thinking about screenshots, it's for thumbnails. That guy's shield held up for a while. I do remember all the tracking and skinning I've done gotten it all the way to level 179, but still rawhide, the lowest tier material, is still useful for me. Well, that's weird. I feel like I need to blame a cat somehow, but the computer behind me, actually, that is essentially a media center type thing for my TV, which is also behind me. It just randomly turned on. Cat probably would blame me. Okay, I want to get on an auto run path and then go ahead and turn it off because it doesn't need to be on right now. But first want to get out of this area. Does this look safe enough? Let's see if I'm headed to the settlement, turn that way. Okay. Doesn't take much to turn it off. It should. Red light should go off soon. I'd hope. Maybe. Oops. I have to use left alt and H. Not only would I like to change the screenshot keybind and get more than one screenshot keybind, pressing alt H to hide the UI, I would really like to have another option for that as well. Oh yeah, I don't really like following the road in this game. One reason is actually crafting, but another reason is it is often faster to travel in a straight line, but sometimes you have to go, ooh. Hopefully that gets it. I usually don't have this issue. Ah, where were we headed? Yep. Alright. Yeah, when I actually want to get somewhere, then sometimes following the road can be good, because the reason I like not following the road is because of all the distractions, all the gathering, sometimes the enemies and the such. All those are exciting reasons for me to not follow the road. Okay. I am off mute. Just confirmed that. And I have a couple random things to turn in here, apparently. Not just one. Hey, and here are some people. Here's all the level 60s I was talking about. Okay, so here is a trading post. If I look for the best weapons that are available, we have a 597 longsword. How boring. A defiled spear. How boring. But we want can equip. And there is a warhammer. Actually, the first thing that pops up, 410 gear score. Wow. Light and heavy attacks do more damage, 19 strength. That seems pretty good. There's also star metal musket. Ooh. I really am getting into the exciting gear territory, aren't I? That would be a good rapier if I got a nice fire staff to go with it. Here's a bow. Haven't used a bow in a long time. I thought they were supposed to have linked all the trading posts. I'm not 100% sure if that has gone through, to be honest. I kind of assumed it has. Oh, it actually shows, so all settlements. Let's see. So if I look at Brightwood, oh, it does have different things. Okay, so it looks like it is possible that they have not linked them yet. There is so much excitement here. Okay, so what do I want to do? Warhammer and Hatchet? Yeah, I think I want to go back Warhammer and Hatchet. Now, 75 gold for a hammer is a little bit expensive, but and I couldn't get a great hatchet. Might wait on the hatchet and just get a really nice warhammer. But the other consideration is I'll have to get a whole bunch of strength gear, which is okay. I can do that. Could also try a hybrid strength dex, but I don't quite want to do that. There's also gathering tools. There might be... That's actually pretty cheap. 225 is cheaper than I have seen that type of stuff before. Same with this one. This one gives increased logging experience. I think that's actually worth 95 gold to me. Or 103 after fees. Yikes. I might be broke after all this, but that is okay. Why craft your own things when you can just buy it a lot easier and cheaper? So I wonder, there's the comparison to mine. This is a little bit faster. It also has mining luck and mining discipline. It's only, oh, it's 200. I thought that was cheaper actually. Okay, so I'm good with what I have, I think. Let me see what my character has. Oh, I actually need a skinning knife as well. Okay. So if I equip that tool, can I either... Oh, there's also... I saw when it was just on everything. Yeah, there's also the layered leather satchels and such. Okay, so looking for armor. Looks like I really wish there were better ways you could look at all this stuff. First, it would be nice, I think, to first see... Oh, that's a lot of dexterity. And that was a nice price to go along with it, I thought. There's a nice strength one, but it's 250 gold. I don't know if I want to spend that much on an amulet. I'd even get a pretty low one just to get some sort of strength or constitution. I actually have constitution, so maybe we'll keep that and I'll look for a ring. But yeah, buying armor, it just takes a little while. I think the server population is good, but I honestly don't know. I also don't know if there's a way in game to actually check the population. That's only 6 gold, but not good for me. Oh, boring? Nope. Looking at all the cheap ones. There's Constitution. That would be nice and generic. Just because I would have to worry a little bit less about when I switch things. Strength and Intelligence. Is that why all these are up? Because they're just bad? I mean, that would work for a hybrid build that I could theoretically do. Strength and Con. That's 150 gold, though. I don't want to spend that much. I'll just wait until I get something even. Okay, moving on. Head armor. Light armor. Is there a way you can filter the stats on it? Can do perks. Can do gems. Alright. Leatherworking accumulation. So I guess you equip that when you're leatherworking. Con. This armor, I do have to admit, is a lot more expensive than it used to be. At least armor that I would find. Okay, that one looks to be decent enough, even if it's level 25. Okay, maybe I'll try to craft my own armor. We'll see what crafting materials I have here. I think a lot of my stuff is down here, though, in Windsward. It wouldn't be too long of a travel. Like, if I did all my crafting, I wouldn't be too long of a travel, but this is going to be a lot. Oh yeah, a lot of the bugs with transferring servers. So you might still transfer to Folkvanger, Bella? Suppose it would always be nice to have more people here. I actually don't know what I got from that quest. I saw it gave me XP, but I don't know if I got anything else, actually.
You've returned. And with my stone charms, I presume? Well done. Look forward to studying these.
Except I want... There we go. Open next. Okay, so my hatchet's not really bad, it just has dexterity when I'd rather a non-dexterity. Wow, 0.08 gold. Oh, that's so sad. And then this, I feel like I should save it. Okay, so I still need strength everything. This looks fancy. Wood shop. I, again, don't know what crafting materials I have here. I also don't know where to craft... Oh. That's a bit of a odd hitch. Okay, so I have my star metal stuff. I have some of my weaving, mainly silk, not much fibers. I think I wanted to craft tools here. I don't remember if my engineering or whatever I needed. This is the workshop. Oh, I could actually make myself a star metal musket. So if I wanted to make myself a star metal skinning knife, I could do that. That is the last one I need. I wouldn't mind trying to make a better pickaxe as well. So maybe I'll just start my stuff with this. Actually, I don't have any of those. Okay, I just want to see what happens. This will be better than what I had. Has more yield, more XP, more durable. Doesn't seem bad. Now, I guess the question is it worth trying to get a better pickaxe, which has more resources, Azoth, which seems like that part would be nice and durable. And then do I want to take all these materials? Oh, wrong way. Oh, that's a lot of... Why do I have so much alchemy and arcana over here? I hopefully shouldn't need that. Because I was thinking of working on my tailoring. Maybe I could process a bunch of these things over here. Is there a loom? It's good to be back to Warhammer and Hatchet, though. I know I haven't even used them, but... Oh, this has a tier 5 outfitting station. Alright. So the thing with my outfitting is my armoring is only level 90, and it takes tons of the low-level materials, and it takes tons of higher-level materials as well. But those are more expensive, actually. But I wanted to make... Was it non-infused silk? Silk? Yes, silk armor. I want to make that. And make it all for like strength and the such. Now maybe, is that stuff in my craft mods? I have never seen a loom tier 5. I thought on the map. I actually did not know that this had... I don't want to say if I'm just crazy. Yeah, it says loom tier 4 on the map, but it's actually loom tier 5 right here. Don't want to make any sateen. Okay, I guess it's time to travel. Find which way I want to travel first. Yeah, I hope to get to doing something, but it seems likely that crafting will take up the last half hour of today as I try to get a little bit organized with some of the materials and all that sort of stuff I have. I'm just interested in seeing if I can craft level 40 stuff. I'm guessing I will not be able to yet, but it would be nice if I will be able to. I need a second cat. And I probably don't want to gather too much unless it's iron or hemp. Both of those would be useful. Which, speaking of useful with that, I don't know. If things are really cheap, I might be willing to spend a little bit of gold. But I just remember that being an issue. The 2 big sessions of crafting I had somewhat recently. And just how slow crafting really starts to go around level 80 to 90. Got the engineering to 100 though. And the armoring, that is the next one. And if I remember correctly, for a long while it's just making leather stuff because that was most efficient for what materials I had, but then I actually ran out of all my rawhide and the such. And I think I've been running pretty low on linen anyway. And then iron was a big one for a while, but I was also working on engineering. So what I'm hoping is when we go and get to the town, is I can process all my stuff, try to condense the weight down a little bit, and potentially get to where I can actually craft the silk stuff. That is the objective. Again, don't know if I actually have the materials to get my outfitting all the way up to 100, but we'll see. I feel like I've kept up with a good job on the gathering and crafting until this big, like, level 100 barrier. And needing a ton more of the low-level materials than I initially thought, especially with my gathering being, like, except for the logging, of course, being fairly high. And then my actual crafting being quite a bit lower. Weaving I got up to 100, that's right, I remember that being an issue as well, so I did get that to 100 at least. But I don't think that helps me too much at this point, actually. But it was one of those hurdles that I got past, it looks like. Otherwise, with crafting, yeah, armoring, that's the big one. I know I keep hovering over that. I haven't even gotten to weaponsmithing, and that's like... I've gone through so much iron and haven't gone into that. Jewel crafting just hasn't been interesting, basically, to me. Hey, there's some hemp. I actually do prioritize hemp over the new shiny level 100 stuff that not so much new to me, considering my harvesting is 116, but it is higher priority. I know I've repeated this a lot, but while it is nice that you use low-level materials, and it's something I like, I think it's a little bit much, and the inefficiencies of using higher tier, higher level stuff is kind of annoying. Also, for some reason, my weapon shows my Warhammer as the one I have out, but then it shows like the usable abilities as the hatchet. That was weird. I see every time you open the map, it still has the upcoming invasion thing. I don't even know if that's considered a bug or just a thing that they have, but still is annoying to me. Yeah, every time I open the map. Been a while since I've done that. I do have a somewhat decent amount of rawhide, it looks like, so things are a little bit more hopeful than I was initially thinking they were with what I might be able to craft. I also really don't remember what I have in my storage. I just know it is full. I wonder if I overall would be a fan of linked storages in this game. I think it would cause an issue with having too much stuff and needing more storage space, which I already feel like I need, but I think ultimately my feelings with the game right now is I would be a fan of having the storages linked as well. Alright, so this one, I'm actually at 1566.8. Oh, all these bullets? All these iron cartridges, maybe? How did I put that much stuff in there, though? I have no idea how that actually happened. This is a lot of weight in the iron cartridges, but still, that's weird to me. Do I have to put them here and then drop them? I'm so encumbered I can't move and can barely even open my inventory. Yeah, probably worth going in and putting those. I was thinking I could keep some iron cartridges, but if I'm not using those now, not much point in doing that. Hey, there's I Am Gandalf. I remember him. Don't need the forge. Okay, so going to take some honey and do a full set of processing, I think, to start. Hardly remember what things look like. This is a smelter tier 5, apparently. But yeah, I really do hardly remember how things quite work in this town. It has been a while. Okay, so got a lot of iron ingots. Next up, there is... This will be the loom, so in case I can make some more linen now. And then I believe the tannery stuff is going to be down this bridge. And if I remember correctly, those are the 3 big things that I need to process. I don't remember if I need any wood for the workshop. If I did that, I think that was one reason I was starting to need actually green wood. Make a bunch of coarse leather. That guy has a Warhammer and Sword and Shield build. Okay, so got all that. So outfitting station, yes, this is where I need to make a bunch of cheap armor. So it looks like I have actually most iron ingots. I wonder if I can make some iron armor at like the forge or something. Usually I don't want to do that, but I guess there is always the possibility. At the current moment, it seems like I would want to spend the most linen. These give the same rank. Oh, I used to actually have it like in my mind, which was most efficient to do in each of the things. So that gives twice as much. These require 8 total. That requires 16 total, but it also requires 2 iron ingots, which is what that would end up taking. Okay, so how about the chest piece? The chest piece is 34 of those. So it saves me 2 iron ingots, but costs me 2 more of either linen or coarse leather. Could do some sateen just because I have some, but there is, I guess, always the possibility that I'd actually end up needing sateen to get the silk stuff that I will end up wanting. I gotta get my armoring up by 10. Yeah, I'm not quite sure I'll be able to do this. And it's really weird to feel like I have enough iron for this particular thing. I just can't believe how low I am on coarse leathers considering how many things I've skinned, how much rawhide I've gotten in this game. Alright, so I'm thinking if I made 10 of these, I'll make 10 of these and see what happens as far as my XP goes. So it's about halfway through 90, a little bit more. Yeah, this is going really slow. I think I'll need to make like 100 of these. Now the benefit of making those is I can salvage them back to linen, I believe. But yeah, that got my armoring up by about 1 level. So I'd have to do that a whole bunch more. I thought at a point I had more furs. Maybe I would need to like process them. First thought, okay. Okay, so oh, that's stone cutting. What was this one? Wood shop? Oh, maybe I could... Yeah, I'll see what the forge has, but... I'm not too sure on it. Well, it could actually make steel armor. That gives a lot of armoring. I know it takes a lot of steel ingots as well. But it really does give a lot of armoring. Wonder if I could make anything more efficiently. Like I could make 5 of these, which would be about equivalent to that. That's probably not that good. Can make 2 of these. Can make 3 of these. I think this one would actually win out for me. And then as far as making some iron armor, could actually make quite a few of these. What would be the limiter here? The coarse leather, actually? that's the case, I can see how much coarse leather costs. And I'm willing to spend about 500-ish of my gold. Coarse leather is somewhat cheap. 58. Yeah, I'll buy a few of these and see. Buy these little stacks. There we go. That'll be my limit for these. Now, I'd actually want to do something that takes the most coarse leather after all that. So, helmet, maybe? Ah, gauntlets, actually. I can make 65 of these. That might just be close to enough, because if I make 65 of these, and then I deconstruct them and get the iron ingots back, that might actually work. This will be a little bit slow, but yeah, I'm making use of my resources and getting my armoring closer to 100, so that is the whole goal here. Can speed up crafting a little bit. I think pressing the spacebar or clicking both work, but can't speed it all the way up just when it, I guess, actually crafts your thing. While we are doing this, I can mention some of my content if people have not seen or are interested in The Lord of the Rings Online. I had a video on patch notes that were up and then taken down that were... It sounded like actually intentionally released early and then taken down. I don't know exactly why they would have ended up being taken down, but I do have a video on that and coverage on those patch notes for anybody interested. And that is for update 31 for the Gundabat patch, which is still coming out next week. Which I do, again, plan to play. Actually, we're getting through this pretty decently. I see the face cam is like perfectly not quite covering what I'm actually crafting, so y'all can at least see the progress. Cat cam is... First of all, I think it got bumped a little bit. And second of all, I don't think I can quite see the cat in it, but there is a cat in the cat tree. Also, that only got my armoring up to 94, so that's actually a little bit disappointing. I'm surprised I can even move with all that crafting I did. Alright, so iron ingots. Interested to see how many I get. You get 1 to 2 iron ingots on each of these. Oh, I made a teal piece of armor on accident. Strength and focus for people that do the life staff and I don't know, whatever they do with that. Item cannot be salvaged. Why not? I feel like it'd be worth trying to sell that, even though it has a... I don't know. I've never actually sold a piece of armor. I'll try it. Now, how do I know how much gold to list that for? I want to sell. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. A life staff. There are no existing buy orders. I want to place a sell order. We'll try 130 gold. That seems expensive to me, but I gotta try to make my money. Territory standing from all that crafting. That's basically the vast majority of this territory standing is from crafting in this zone. Well, I got through a lot of my resources in a good way because that will decrease my weight a little bit in this settlement storage. Okay, so for coarse leather, I think I'm at the point where I actually want to use the highest coarse leather to everything else ratio, which would be, as far as I can tell, oh, I know we just looked at this, that would be 17, and this would be 34. But then it takes 1 fewer iron ingot, so I want it rather that. Question is the pants versus the hat. And the... I can craft 29 of both of those. What is the limiting thing here? Not coarse leather. Linen? I think my limiting factor might be linen here. 14 of these? Yeah, definitely don't want that. So if I craft... I still feel like if I craft all 29 of these, that still won't get me quite close to where I need to be. I think I would do the hat. I'll make 20. See where this takes me. I haven't really considered if I'd want to buy linen. I would only want to buy linen if that definitely got me to 100 and would let me craft the silk stuff. Otherwise, I really do want to save my gold to just buy armor outright, which potentially could be cheaper at this location. Because I have not actually looked at this town's trading post since they're not quite linked yet, it appears. Okay, so how am I doing? 96, yeah, that only got me 2 levels up. I got a character level up. Even crafting makes me level 2 fast. Actually, if I respec, 99 gold, wow. Yeah, click faster. Yeah, that's really boosting those damages. I think I'll go pure strength. Yeah. So outfitting, I have iron, linen, yeah. I'll see how much linen costs if it's, again, cheap. If it's possible, I will do it. Oh, it actually is cheap. Wow. I was not expecting it to be quite that cheap. 400 would be a lot. I'll do 444. I just happened to land on a good number. Now, after I did that, I do want to see what sort of armor they have here. Yeah, sort by level. Something like this. See? It's not that good, but it's level 25, 13 strength for 13 gold. I'd be willing to deal with that at least. I'd rather better armor, of course, like some that I could craft, but that's something I would be willing to deal with at least. So I did get myself a bunch of linen. And that brings to question, do I want to craft linen stuff now? I feel like with all this mixing up of things, I'm doing this kind of inefficiently. 96, I can make 16 pants. Oh yeah, daylight savings is tomorrow. Wait, standard time. The removal of daylight savings. I guess it would be the highest linen to coarse leather ratio now. That's what I would want to do. which, if I remember correctly, that would actually be the dress, the chest piece. Coarse leather. Yeah, it's going to be coarse leather either way. Wait, did I read that wrong? Ah, that's okay. It still takes the same amount of coarse leather. Yeah, so I'd make a bunch of these, but once again, I would need more coarse leather. Now I'm at a point where... Oh, this give leather. Perfect. Gotta remember to salvage. Oh, did I end up salvaging the amulet? Oh well. I don't think I was gonna end up using it anyway, but it would have been neat to save. Okay, so I can make 20 of these. I still don't think that's quite enough to get me to where I need to be. Is it at all worth looking into doing these gloves? Not those gloves, these gloves? Can make 30 of these compared to... What was it? 20 of these. I can make 30 gloves. But then that would save me some linen. Because if I had both of these, I could actually make a lot of them. It'd actually end up being limited by the iron ingots of all things there. 16.8. Yeah, instead of thinking about it as an extra hour of sleep, you get an extra hour of gaming tonight. Also, I want to finish this crafting while doing the stream, but I feel like it's something that would also be good for me to just go ahead and do on my own. I feel like this can't be that exciting, me just trying to think about the most efficient way to do this without actually knowing and investing all that much into doing it. So it is also time for me to get wrapped up with things. So I will try... Oh yeah, you can salvage here. I kind of forgot about this screen. It's easy for the first bit to salvage, at least. So I'm thinking I'll do one more coarse leather round and see where that takes me. It's exciting, actually, getting this far into crafting. But I'm going to save at least 200 gold. But I'm really close where I'm feeling like a bit more coarse leather. Did I do leggings that time? Oh, that's not too bad of a... Not too bad, but... Yeah, I'll get a little bit more coarse leather, see where that takes me. And... Otherwise, if I can't craft me some armor, I'll just do some quests and the such. My order, sell orders, completed and expired. How do I tell if this actually sold or not? That's what I have no idea. It just says completed and expired. Oh, it does say sold. Wow, I sold that many of those? I don't even know how I got the gold or how you get the gold. Did it just go straight to my inventory? It would be nice. Maybe that's also how, if I had some of these expire, maybe they go to your town storage. Like it says 1984 or the 2463. Maybe that's how those went to my storage. I don't know. Devil's Quarry, yes. I do believe I know where that is. Okay, so we are looking for horse leather. $92. Okay, so if I buy 271 of those. Okay, so you automatically get the golden gold. That's neat. Okay, oh, iron ingot's expensive. Should I look at iron ore? This one I at least know the conversion factor. I'll go ahead and get iron ingot. 42. I don't need quite as many of these. Alright, see where this takes me. Back to the outfitting station here. So I think I made a little bit of a mistake last time, just because that takes 2 iron ingots. And it's not quite what I wanted. 30. I think 30 of these would be really close to working. Was there something that would take 60 of those? Okay, so that would take the same amount of iron ingots. That's right. The hat. That is the one. The hat is the one that is cheaper iron ingots wise. But do I care that much at this point about it being cheaper iron ingots wise? Maybe. We'll do 20. That'll get me some linen back. Okay. Okay, didn't quite get there, but that's okay. $99. We are really close. Can make 13 more. So the limit here is linen. I'd actually want to do something with more coarse leather, I think, this time. Which I think would end up being the hat. Yeah, the hat. So I don't want to make too many of these. I'll cancel if I see my armoring. We'll stop at 5-ish. Okay. Yeah. Oops. Oh, we were making coarse leather hat. Try 5 more of those. I don't think I actually need 5. So I don't know that I ever will need silver ore. I got tons of those. Hey, got to 100 armoring. Finally. That has been probably the toughest part of this game, was getting outfitting to 100. I mean, armoring to 100, to be more specific. So now I should have everything I need to make a bunch of silk stuff. Oh, I can make layered leather adventure satchel too. Ooh, can I make that right now? That's a stone cutting table. I want to see if I have the resources on me to make that. Satchel. Oh. I thought that was at an outfitting station. Layered? Oh, leather bag. Problem is I need layered leather. And I have the greater rune of holding somewhere. Don't know where. At it somewhere at least. But the other thing I can make is silk. That's the big thing. I actually need silk apparently. And I would probably end up using star metal ingot because I have those and gotta use those. And then just make a bunch of gear pieces with Azoth and put the strength stuff. I assume I have plenty of strength stuff. I have con strength at the very least. Okay, so silk. Ooh, I need more sateen. Okay, I'm gonna make all the sateen I can. Is it worth using silk weave? 58% chance at more materials. Is that the same for this one? It'd be 5 and 0%. Alright. It's only 20 of those. Might as well use my fancy thing, see how it works. Oh yeah, don't have to wait for every individual thing. I feel a little bit better about the time. Now, silk total-wise, I don't know if it's worth 5% just using that. I need more, yeah, I need more sateen. Okay. So Ebon Rock Quarry though for silver ore. I remember for silver, I got tons of them in Exile's Reach around here. I don't know if that's one of those quarries. Oh, yeah, there's no quarry there. But yeah, that's where I've gotten at least a lot of my silver was from that. Oh, that looks fancy. Don't quite have enough silk for the silk shirt, but thought I would go ahead and make one piece of armor, just like after all this time, just to see what I can get out of it. Okay, so got silk, coarse leather, that's not quite ideal, but it's what I happen to have here. And do I actually have anything that would be useful? Refreshing Mighty Gavel. What does that do? Star Metal Warhammer Charm, okay. I don't know what the Refreshing Mighty Gavel. Refreshing Torrent. Keen Berserk. Reinforced Skinning Luck. Maybe that's what I need. Here's just plain old strength. Thinking about the Refreshing Mighty... No, I want to do strength, make sure I actually get stats I can use. And then 30 Azoth to make it even better. And... hope it gets a lower level requirement than 40. And craft. Got 15 strength. 395 gear score. And it is equipable. Got it all the way down to level 35. Wow. And basically want to repeat that for everything. Don't quite have the silk shirt yet, but I will. The icon for it looked pretty neat. I'll get myself some more silk. Wonder how expensive it is to buy either sateen or silk. I know I have limited time here before I do gotta get going, but I can move fast. Okay, sateen's pretty cheap. Question is silk, if silk is cheaper than sateen? No. Okay. I'll buy the sateen. I don't mind spending like most of my gold on this even at this point. I don't know if 78 is plenty. What do you want? I want to make sure I actually have plenty. Okay, that's probably plenty. I might even run out of coarse leather, but that's okay. Because I have plenty of silk threads. The limiting factor again for me is the sateen. That's why it's been a little bit frustrating that I've had so much silk and gotten so much, but it's felt useless because I needed so much more of the hemp stuff, linen. Here's the silk shirt. I wish I didn't have to use coarse leathers, but that's okay. Make sure I just get myself strength. And make one of those. Imagine that, my armoring's already up to 101. That give me refreshing. Ugh. I know this gear isn't going to be ideal. Ooh, that looks pretty nice. I would have to agree. But yeah, I know this gear isn't going to be ideal, but still. It's nice to have it as something that, one, I crafted my own, and two, it's just an upgrade. Okay, so silk shoes. Can make plenty of those. How good am I doing? I'm doing good on Azoth. Wait, I'm on the wrong one. I want those shoes. $16 strength. Meteor shower. So you really want that with strength gear. Next up we have, yep, this one. We want strength again. Okay, so I've made boots, gloves, hat, pants. Oh, have I made pants? I don't think I have made pants. All good there. Dress skin. There is, I don't know about dress skin, but I thought there were some dresses like silk dress. Okay, what did I end up with? Got some strength pants, crippling reap if I used a great axe. Yeah, those pants look way better than my old ones. These gloves. Critical hits deal less damage to me. That sounds good. Boots. I lose the luck. That is going to be very sad. But hey, I gain a lot of strength. Everything is equipable, so everything I crafted did end up being lower than level 40 requirement. Actually, most of it's like in the 35 to 37 range. And otherwise, I guess one of the next things I wouldn't mind doing is creating another bag, one to replace the tier 3 one up here. Create a better bag, but I need some of the higher tier hide material, which I had at least plenty of the hides for that, for the processing. The problem was I ended up wanting to use a lot of the lower level stuff. I think. I really don't know. I thought I had a lot more leather working stuff somewhere, to be honest. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, I have a lot of thick hides on the stuff, such that I think I can use. Yeah, this set does look pretty nice. I'll have to get a new screenshot for my new look. Oh, that is true. I could do good gems. Maybe that might be something I do have to save for later. I was just gonna see if I could, what I could process here. Layered leather, need a bunch of rugged leather. I can make a little bit of rugged leather. I don't know if I can quite get 40 of these, but that is the, no, I don't know. That would be the target, but that's something I can save for later. Okay, it is a good point to go ahead and wrap up the stream, I think. Let's see, how many gems do I need? I need 5 of them. I'll see what I can do with that. But while I am doing this, ooh, I wonder what happened to all these, because I made all these, but I actually don't know what happened to them. I thought... I don't think I just made stuff to destroy it. I don't know if that actually could have ended up in my storage on accident, or if I just am misremembering things. But anyway, about upcoming content, I don't actually know. I thought about doing a Lotro stream tomorrow, but I'm not 100% sure on that at this point. You have a lot of gems here. Are any of them... Oh, some of them are socketable. Okay. Ah, I see. Increased damage while stamina is not full. That's a weapon socket. Wow, there are a lot of these that I can equip. Alright then. I'll have to look at that later. Yeah, they are in the storage here, apparently. I just don't specifically remember doing that. And upcoming content, already covered that I might stream Lotro tomorrow, but I'm honestly not 100% sure at this point. I also thought there were a couple of Lotro videos that I wanted to do. I'll have to remind myself of what they are. I think continuing the LI revamp reviews that I have been doing, all the different aspects of it. And then... yeah, so that is what is coming up, at least in the short term. And then for New World, I'd like to continue this game weekly, but it won't be until probably a little bit after Lotro's Gundabad expansion launch that I will be getting back to this game, at least that I foresee right now. And then, as a review of what we've done today, got some exciting crafting progress after getting burnt out on it a couple times in some recent streams with this character. And then otherwise did do some side quest cleanup, mainly got one chain cleaned up and did a lot of learning about this character and his previous weapons and those particular dryads, and hoping things will fare a little bit better with my new weapon combo. That is the returning weapon combo that I used to use. The only thing I have about this outfit, as the final note for the stream though, is the hat's color. It would be really neat if it had a better color that ended up matching the rest of what I have. But otherwise it's not too bad. And the outfit overall, nice to be in something different. I like it. And yeah, with that, that is all I do have for this stream, so I hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing for more, or becoming a channel member to support the content. And thanks for joining, chatting, and watching, everyone.